Hello friends. My name is Paul Verlaine and in this video I will explain you the power of your palms in body language. Body language, the power is in the palm of your hands. The hands have been the most important tools in human evolution and there are more connections between the brain and the hands than between any other body parts. Few people ever consider how their hands behave or the way they shake hands when they meet someone. Throughout history, the open palm has been associated with truth, honesty, allegiance and submission. Many oaths are still taken with the palm of the hand over the heart, and the palm is held in the air when somebody is giving evidence in a court of law. On inauguration ceremonies, presidents hold the left hand on Bible and the right palm up. One of the most valuable clues to discovering whether someone is being open and honest, or not, is to watch for palm displays. How to detect openness? When people want to be open or honest, they will often hold one or both palms out to the other person and say something like, "I didn't do it, I'm sorry if I upset you," or "I'm telling you the truth. Trust me." The palms are intentionally used everywhere to infer an open, honest approach. When children are lying or concealing something, they'll often hide their palms behind the back. Similarly, a man who wants to conceal his whereabouts after a night out with the boys might hold his palms in an arms-crossed position, when he tries to explain to his partner where he was. However, the hidden palms may give her an intuitive feeling that he is not telling the truth. Keeping their hands in their pockets is a favorite ploy of men who don't want to participate in a conversation. The palms were originally like the vocal cords of body language because they did more talking than any other body part, and putting them away was like keeping one's mouth shut. Palms in pockets, from the body posturing, he is in the doghouse, and doesn't feel like communicating. Intentional use of the palms to deceive. Some people ask, if I tell a lie and keep my palms visible, will people be more likely to believe me? The answer is yes and no. The more effectively the professional con artist can use the body language of honesty when telling a lie, the better he is at his job. "Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful?" she asked. "Not only will I love you," he replied, "I'll write to you." Palm power. One of the least noticed, but most powerful, body signals is given by the human palm when giving someone directions or commands and in handshaking. When used in a certain way, palm power invests its user with the power of silent authority. There are three main palm commanded gestures: the palm up position, the palm down position and the palm closed finger pointed position. The palm facing up is used as a submissive, non-threatening gesture, reminiscent of the pleading gesture of a street beggar and, from an evolutionary perspective, shows the person holds no weapons. If you want someone to talk, you can use the palm up as a hand-over gesture to let them know you expect them to talk and that you're ready to listen. When the palm is turned to face downwards, you will project immediate authority. Turning your palm from facing upwards to facing downwards completely alters how others perceive you. For example, if the other person was someone of equal status, he might resist a palm down request and would be more likely to comply if you'd used the palm up position. If the person is your subordinate, the palm down gesture is seen as acceptable because you have the authority to use it. The Nazi salute had the palm facing directly down and was the symbol of power and tyranny during the Third Reich. The palm closed finger pointed gesture is one of the most annoying gestures anyone can use while speaking, particularly when it beats time to the speaker's words. In some countries such as Malaysia and the Philippines, finger pointing at a person is an insult as this gesture is only used to point at animals. Malaysians will use their thumb to point to people or to give directions. The pointing finger creates negative feelings in most listeners. Alternatively, if you squeeze your fingers against your thumb to make an OK type of gesture and talk using this position, you will come across as authoritative, but not aggressive. This gesture tactic has been taught to speakers and business leaders with good success as measured by audience reactions. An analysis of handshake styles. shaking hands is a relic of our ancient past. Whenever primitive tribes met under friendly conditions, they would hold their arms out with their palms exposed to show that no weapons were being held or concealed. In Roman times, the practice of carrying a concealed dagger in the sleeve was common, so for protection the Romans developed the lower arm grasp as a common greeting. The lower arm grasp, checking for concealed weapons, the original Roman method of greeting. The modern form of this ancient greeting ritual is the interlocking and shaking of the palms. The handshake evolved as a way men could cement a commercial deal with each other. Although it is a generally accepted custom to shake hands when meeting a person for the first time, there are some circumstances in which it may not be appropriate for you to initiate a handshake. Considering that a handshake is a sign of trust and welcome, it is important to ask yourself several questions before you initiate the handshake. Am I welcome? Is this person happy to meet me, or am I forcing them into it? In some countries, shaking hands with a woman is still an uncertain practice. For example, in many Muslim countries it would be considered rude to do so. Instead, a small head nod is acceptable, but it's now been found that women who initiate a firm handshake are rated in most places as more open-minded and make better first impressions. When men and women shake hands, even though women have had a strong presence in the workforce for several decades, worst handshake, avoid them at all times. The wet fish. The palms have more sweat glands than any other part of the body, which is why sweaty palms become so obvious. The bone crusher. The bone crusher is the most feared of all handshakes, as it leaves an indelible memory on the recipient's mind and fingers and impresses no one other than the initiator. The bone crusher is the trademark of the overly aggressive personality who, without warning, seizes the early advantage and attempts to demoralize his opponent by grinding his knuckles to a smooth paste. The fingertip grab. A common occurrence in male-female greetings, the fingertip grab is a handshake that missed the mark and the user mistakenly grabs the other person's fingers. Even though the initiator may seem to have an enthusiastic attitude towards the receiver, he in fact lacks confidence in himself. In these circumstances, the main aim of the fingertip grab is to keep the receiver at a comfortable distance. Few people have any idea how they come across to others in initial meetings, despite the fact that most of us are aware that the first few minutes of that meeting can make or break a relationship. Take the time to practice handshake styles with your friends and colleagues, and you can quickly learn how to deliver a positive handshake every time.